Okay, let's continue. Talk to Erwan, Awan, and continue on. The Blasphemy Unmasked. Ahawan's burden is heavy indeed, yet he need not bear it alone. Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to the Meghaduta, for the time being. There I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out an investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first of the transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we can ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight as to a possible solution. Well, that's what we usually do. Time is of the essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Alize and I will seek Paxa's path. Thancred and Y'shtola pray make to Dharma. I leave Artha to Graha and you, Brillian. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy or the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Meghaduta, that we may share what we have learned with the satrap. Okay, sounds good to me. Also, I need to switch back to Dragoon. Accidentally got 481 Marauder experience instead of putting that on Dragoon. Let's switch over there. Okay, Graha, where are we going? Shall we be off then? Artha is home of the High Crucible of Alchemia, which alchemists forged as many of our warding scales. That makes it a good place as any to begin our investigation, don't you think? I spoke briefly with Mahudin, the chief alchemist there, on our last visit. He should be happy to answer our inquiries. Graha is now accompanying you, Endwalker mechanic that they wanted to use a lot of. Okay, well, I've actually unlocked all of these. So, yeah, I can't actually teleport there. Oh, I didn't get that one yet. Of course, the one I need. I guess we're running. Yeah, I didn't get that one, and I obviously can't attune to the large aetheryte yet. I guess we'll just have to walk there. Feels weird to see, like, a main hub city with people in it. Besides Limsa. Besides the, like, ARR city-states. I mean, I'm not... Because I haven't... This is the first expansion I've played. Because I didn't play during Shadowbringers. So... It's kind of weird to be in, like, the current content main city. Anyway, let's talk to Nahudin here. See if he can offer us some insight. Ah, I remember those red eyes. You were with those scions who commissioned the scales from us, yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We are assisting the satrap in investigating the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch sight of any of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by crashing footsteps, so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly, I hear panicked screams coming from the direction of Balshan Bazaar. In the next instant, a monstrous beast poked its head out from amidst the stalls. A handful of the Radiant rushed to the scene, only to be sent sprawling as the fiend and its minions propelled themselves skyward. So the blasphemy came from the vicinity of the markets. This knowledge may prove useful. I thank you for sharing your tale. Well, I do believe we now know where we should inquire next. To the bazaar, then. Okay. Oh yeah, I've been to the bazaar. Looks like there's a speaking point there, so let's make sure to get that too. So this is Thavnarian weave. I must say, it bears a resemblance to the traditional fabrics of Corvos. Small wonder, really, given that it's just across the water. Not that I am much of an expert in Corvori culture, of course. I've not had the occasion to visit my ancestral home since coming to Sharlayan. and like as not, I will never reside there again. That said, in recent days, I've felt more acutely aware of my heritage, and grateful for it. It is thanks to my forebears that I inherited the royal eye, and with it, the wisdom of ancient Alloc. And so, well, I simply hope that my countrymen are safe, and one day, when this calamity is but a memory, I would like to see Corvos again, if only once. Forgive me, but my shop's closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns these days. We have come not in search of wares, but information concerning the enormous fiends that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? Afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time, so I only saw its little minions. Made a mess of the place, they did. While that was all going on, the great big one tore through the west side of the bazaar. You'd have better luck asking there. Okay, let's head over to the west side. East side's useless. You know, west side, best side. Let's talk to this guy. Is something the matter, traveler? If you are lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated. We are not lost, but we are in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around and there was the fiend, its massive body bursting through that entryway with the force of a tidal wave, and then it was gone as quickly as it came. That's pretty useful again, except it's, he destroyed everything, which we already knew. Well, let's see if this person knows more. Sisters, have mercy! What is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe? Settle down, friend. The danger has passed, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, could you tell us what you saw? First I heard the screams. Then a horde of ravening beasts came charging towards us. One of them was huge, bigger than a married, throwing people about like rag dolls, and it was eating them. I hid under the counter until saw others do the same. But the shrieking and wailing kept getting louder. More voices in the throng, beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't. That is enough, my good man. You were brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible, too, has survived mostly unscathed. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones, and rest your body and mind while you are able. I suspect that this is the most we can expect from the people here to tell us. I think it's best we find a place outside the bazaar where we might rest and review our findings. Okay, sounds good to me. Come on, Graha, there you are. Judging by their accounts, the transformation had already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar and headed towards the Aetheryte Plaza. In other words, the Blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in the Mahane can surely tell us more. Okay, let's go check out the Mahane. I could have sworn oh no, I didn't get, this is the one that I didn't get. I got this one. Fearful here. Going about the enormous beast, are you? Aye, I saw it, including the very instant the poor bastard transformed. Damn the gods for putting me there. Started over there by the window. A few men, merchants, probably, talking and drinking. Conversation must have taken a turn for the worst. Next thing I know, their leader, I suppose he was, buries his head in his hands, and black mist was swirling about him. Then his whole body bursts apart, and there stands a hideous, slavering beast. Massive and foul, all gaping maws and bulging eyes. His friends start shrieking, then the black mist comes again, until the change has taken them too. The stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Nightmarish indeed. Incidentally, did you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I am a decorator by trade, not much cause in mingling with their sort. Saw Mithiel, the barmaid, chatting with them, though. She might know something. Of course the barmaid's gonna know something. That's how it always is. Even after repairing all that damage, it will take a while before business picks up again. You mean the Blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it, anyway. I saw it too. We all did. I was standing here at the counter as Meridine poured me a drink. And suddenly, there came this dreadful sound, like a pained, angry groan. It was unlike anything I've ever heard. I turned around in shock, and from an ominous cloud of black mist rose the creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall it sends shivers up my spine. By some stroke of fortune, I was able to slip outside before the beast got its claws on me. But the sight that greeted me offered no solace. The blue sky above turned red as blood. Mehirdi, myself, and the other survivors clung to each other for dear life until the Radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? The beast manifested before the sky began to burn? I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. Interesting. And now it's obviously burning? In that case, can you tell us a bit more? Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Meridy's Merry. What can I get you? We have not come for liberations, but rather for information. You're Myth Lee, yes? We are investigating the so-called blasphemy on this satrap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant, that first underwent the transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Kalzal was his name. Wait, what? Hold on. He ran his own consortium, dealing primarily in the exports of Thavnarian specialties. We know that name. Where have I heard this name before? It's through him we met Matzia. Wait, wasn't he the leader of the village? Or at least the economic... Why did he turn first? Yeah, we've met him. It definitely rings a bell. Come to think of it, didn't you meet Kalzal when we first came to Thavner? If I recall correctly, he ran a trading company in Yedlimod. It was through him that the Scions were acquainted with the fisherman Matzia. Yes, that is the same Kalzal, no doubt. A rather successful man from what I gather. That said, it was clear that he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere cannot have been good for business. Even now, with the towers gone, the collapse of the Empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was. Trying times of the head of the trading consortium, indeed. I get the feeling that the people that are turning first are like we saw in the dungeon with the mother and the children, that it manifests from hopelessness and despair. At least that's my guess right now. And that's why how we're going to end up combating it. Kalzal was a compassionate man. Even as his own business suffered, he did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, that was the very topic of yesterday's meeting, as far as I could hear. Yet, as they discussed matters further, Kalzal's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that... Forgive me, I would not have you recall the memory if it brings you pain. If you could, I would ask just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Kalzal in particular? Please, anything at all. Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else could help you. Kalzal lived for his work, and had no family that I know of. His employees and associates knew him best, but they too are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors knew something I do not. I can direct you to them if you believe it will help. What do you say? Sure. I mean, it's worth a shot. Thanks to Mithril, it appears that we have a new lead. Let us leave no stone unturned. Amidst the apocalypse, Mithril has information that should serve you well. Khazal made his home in Kama, a nearby residential area. From what I gather, Khazal lived there since childhood, and it was known throughout the neighborhood. Well, let's head on over there. Kama, the name is new to me. How do we get there? I'll write down some directions. I cannot promise you will find what you seek there, but if nothing else, it is a start. Yep. Come, let us see where this lead takes us. Graha is following you, and he won't leave you alone. Yes, I know. This is Graha, after all. The only person that's more clingy than Graha is Alize. Let's see. After leaving the Maheen, we're to retrace her steps and head back towards the Aetherite Plaza. Okay. Anyway, let's get some more directions from Graha. From here, we ascend the stairs. Okay. Okay, I don't think I got this, Aetherite. Because of how far over it is. Or did I? I don't remember. Ah, this must be huge. In that case, we should take the path leading southeast. Okay. And then, where should we go from here, Graha? Even though there's literally only one way. If we keep going this way, we should arrive in Kama before long. Walking these unfamiliar streets is quite the adventure, is it not? I can only hope we can explore Radz-at-Han at our leisure once the crisis has passed. I mean, judging by all the people here, I'd say we'll have plenty of time. Let's see, one more talking point, and then we should get there. Oh, no, this is the end. And this must be Kama. We've arrived at last. Let us begin questioning the residents without delay. No doubt someone here can tell us more about Khazal. Given recent events, I imagine many are taking shelter indoors. I mean, that's what I would do. I say that, and then there's just an elephant person here. Let me go ahead and get the Aetherite first. Since I'm pretty sure I hadn't gotten this one yet. Okay, now, where do I need to go? Ah, there's someone. Could you come back at about another time? I just woke up, and I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit-chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusion. You may not have noticed, but a great danger has come to Thavnair. I encourage you to stay alert, and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave you in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know a local merchant named Khazal? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? Khazal? I know him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he'd managed to turn things around thanks to a generous order from Ruvida Fibers. Why, he is practically dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken with him since, but I assume it all went well. Jinbaha might be able to tell you more, though. As I recall, he was the one who brokered the arrangement. Jinbaha at Ruvida Fibers. Let's make a point to visit him after we've spoken with other locals. That could be useful. Let's see, who else can we talk to? Looks like there's a room over here. Hello there, Mahia. Mati. Kazal, you say? Yes, I've known him since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return. He'd spend his days procuring the finest wares and seeking out willing customers. I could say it came to him as easy as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging of late. No surprise, really. What with how dangerous travel has become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, no doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then at night, I heard the door open. I looked out to see Kazal sitting on a bench, his head hung low, a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I see. The situation must have been quite dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary? Nothing to speak of. Other than the troubles with his consortium, he was the same old Kazal, cordial and honest like always. These questions you are asking, has something happened to him? He wasn't caught up in a terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? I don't travel much these days, but my daughters told me not to venture outside. Stuck in here as I am. I've heard little about the bazaar going-ons. Rest assured, the city is safe now, but the situation may change without warning. I urge you, stay close to your daughter, and be prepared to take refuge should the satrap order it. Well, let's head back to the bazaar, see if we can question that merchant we learned about. Oh, okay. All the way over here. It's like there's 2 speaking points. Make sure to get both of them. If I'm not mistaken, the stairs lead to Dharma. It is quite the sight, the red sky above. During the final days of yore, the heavens burned and the stars fell. Creation magics run amok, and that was my assumption when I saw Amarat. Perhaps the ancients believed the same, that the terror of a single powerful individual was the cause of their calamity. And yet, those selfsame horrors now manifest themselves before our eyes. What could it be that sets the heavens aflame and turns ordinary men into beasts? Well, I don't know, but I'm sure we're gonna find out eventually. But right now we gotta go visit this place. They're farming silkworms. This must be Rudeva fibers, where we should find Jinbana. Yo, you here? Ah, there you are. And hurry, I say. There is no time to waste. Pardon me, but you are in charge of buying and selling here, yes? We have a few questions that we'd like you to... I'm sorry, but I simply do not have time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all our wares and equipment to safety before those accursed beasts return. In that case, might we be of assistance? Perhaps we could speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move from our equipment. Ask the others what to put where. And you can carry our fabrics. Go through the door and speak to Kamala. She'll tell you the rest. Well, as usual, doing the chores. Remember, these textiles are our livelihood. Handle them with care. Not gonna matter much when they're burned to a crisp. Or you're dead. Okay, Kamala. What do you need help with? This area is for employees only. Out, out. What's that? You've come to help? Oh, praise the Medurva. Kind stranger, I welcome your assistance. On your way out, you have passed 3 storehouses, yes? I'd like you to carry that small crate to Nabring Hall, by the storehouse near the hatchery. The crate of clothing is for Mahuna. And that massive crate goes to Zemira, by the middle storehouse. Watch your back with that one. Those are all the crates we have ready. Once they've been delivered, consider your work here complete. Have limited time to complete the task. Should you fail, return starting location and begin anew. Sounds good. Take the light crate. Considering how many corpses we've stuffed in here, I'd have to say we could just put them all in one go. Thread, is it? Then you have come to the right place. We thank you for your aid. Alright, let's go grab the bigger crate. Alright, let's do Mahuna. If you have any crate of finished products, such as carpets, clothing, and the like, pray bring them here to our primary storehouses. A crate full of clothing, is it? I can take that off your hands. Many thanks for the delivery. Right, and now the big boy. I guess it takes more time to stuff it in our magical backpack. Alright, here's your stupid crate. I say, you are quite the brawny one, aren't you? A good thing that... I'm just picturing a Lalafell carrying this now. A good thing that... Never know when you'll need to defend yourself in these unpredictable times. A crate full of fabrics, is it? Exactly what I was hoping to receive. Here, let me put that away for you. Surprised you can carry it. You've carried all the crates to the storehouse, you say? Ah, and so quickly, too. Why, I've never seen anyone so strong. I and my associates will see to the rest, so please return to Jinbana and assure him our work is proceeding apace. To tell the truth, we're grateful for this distraction. Too many terrible things of late. But generous souls like you give me hope that we may emerge from this trial even stronger. I pray we meet again in more peaceful times. Oh, we might. Maybe not. I don't know. Depends on everyone is dead or not. Okay, Jinbana, I did all your chores. Done. I had done as I asked, have you? If Kamala is satisfied with your work, then so am I. You have done us a great favor, traveler. I too have delivered the instruments and apparatuses entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. With our wares safely stored away, we'll not lose any more to those fiends. I take it that your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed. We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked at the burning skies in confusion, and then, before we could even begin to make sense of it, a hideous creature burst through the doors, shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out, a scream of such agony, such terror, and in the next instant, he too sprouted fearsome claws. The sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then... he too transformed. I'm sorry, there was something you wanted to ask? Indeed. You knew the merchant Calzal, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with your establishment. Calzal? I know him well. We'd arranged for his consortium to deliver a large shipment of fabrics, but in the end we received a better offer and had to turn him down. I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most reliable trading partners agreed to transport the goods for a much smaller commission, and we'd have been fools to refuse. I felt terrible for withdrawing the offer, but you must understand, we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his dejection and despair were plain as day. He said he'd discuss it with his associates, but I could tell he'd all but given up hope. Dejection and despair. You remember what we saw in Venispati, yes? Soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed to the very brink, turning into beasts one after the next. It would seem the same phenomena occurred here. The poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends, as well as those that witnessed it, all undergoing the change. I suspect that everything began with Kal-Zal. By all accounts, it was he who suffered the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? That such intense emotions were triggered his transformation? Much remains unclear, but I believe we are drawing closer to an answer. At any rate, we must discuss our findings with the others. Interesting, I guess looks like I'm probably on the right track. Can the despair in a man's own heart consign him to such a terrible fate? Beyond the depths of despair, Radz-at-Han is eager to share all we have learned with your companions. We were to reconvene with the others in front of Meghaduta, were we not? That should be just outside. With any luck, they will have already returned from their own investigations. My friend, we must take our leave. I pray that your establishment is spared further tragedy. But remember, your lives are far more precious than any wares. If you are ordered to flee, do so without hesitation. Indeed, I thank you for your concern, and pray you two to take care as well. Read that completely wrong. Okay, where is Meghaduta? Guess it's right out there. Oh, there's a sightseeing point. I'm gonna try and get that. Okay, looks like we just gotta meet out about here. There's a lot more people out here than before. Is this Thancred? Finished your rounds and ready to share? Yep, I sure did.
There you are. You've spoken with the survivors.
Yep, sure did.
Indeed. We thought to share what we have gleaned, that we might together gain a greater understanding of present circumstances.
Fortuitous timing. Alize and I completed our own investigations not long ago.
Then we should take a moment to compare notes. Shall we begin with the two of you?
So the merchant Kal-Zal was gravely concerned about his business in the days preceding his untimely end.
The tales we heard were much the same. The first victims to be changed into blasphemies were all overcome with anguish of one manner or another. Then those who saw their loved ones stolen before their eyes succumbed to a similar panic, setting in motion a chain of transformations.
Fear, unease, despair. These negative feelings serve as a catalyst.
If so, then it is not unlike the calamity that befell the ancients. With their creation magics, they unwittingly gave form to untold horrors. Had they simply lost control, surely it would have manifested in many forms, not all of them monstrous. Yet somehow, this phenomenon is triggered solely by the darkness in their hearts, a common thread with what we now witness.
Common, but not identical. While the beasts the ancients faced were forged with magic alone, those of today are born of sentient beings. Why remains to be seen. But there is one fundamental difference between us and our predecessors. Our souls are sundered, whereas theirs were not. Perhaps that single variable makes all the difference.
If I may, there was another detail that troubled me. We have it on good authority that Karl Zahl's transformation took place before the skies began to burn.
What? If that's true, then the situation's more dire than we realized. It means even if there's no ominous sign presaging the final days, anyone, anywhere, has the potential to become a beast.
Like in Ishgard or Alamigo.
Even in lands we thought safe, even as we speak.
Look! It's the Satrap! The Satrap!
Thank the heavens!
My countrymen, I am relieved and heartened to see you strong and safe. While the danger has not yet passed, far from it, allow me to assure you that the beasts that raged within the city walls have been exterminated to the last. Outside this sanctuary, the brave men and women of the Radiant Host and our dragon ally continue to battle our unholy foes. I pray these tidings put your minds at ease and help you calm your hearts. Have faith that we shall soon conquer this terrible trial.
Your Excellency, is there any word from Balaka's stand?
From where?
My grandson was bound for there yesterday, and I worry for his life.
We are still awaiting a report, but I promise you, as soon as I have aught to share.
Your Excellency, I bring grave news.
You are?
I'm Matsya
Oh,
of
Matsya, okay.
Akyali, a humble fisherman. Ah, I remember you from our first visit. Wait, you're... But no, that can wait. When the skies turned red, I set off for Balaka's stand, fearing for the safety of a friend.
Of a friend.
But as I drew near the village, I saw dreadful beasts all about.
No! Gods have mercy! Your Excellency! Save my grandson, I beg of you!
We will spare no effort to save all we can, but you must remain calm.
Calm? You tell me to be calm? You saw those beasts?
Oh no,
They
she's gonna
tore
transform,
our
isn't she?
bravest warriors, limb from limb! What if we are too late, huh? They catch him, sink their fangs into him? The fangs! The screams!
Yep.
Get away from her, now!
Man.
Damn it! We've got to kill them before it spreads.
We'll handle this. See the townspeople to safety.
Well, this is annoying. It's a chain reaction.
Run! As fast as you can! No!
My question is, why are they transforming like this? Obviously despair, but like people have been in a bad situation before. Why is this happening now? Well, he's dead.
Vitra, our people, you must save them.
Wait, T for team. Yeah, there we go. Gotta cut away from it. Gotta keep that T rating.
My son,
Enough! You must run. For their sake and your own. Yes, you will survive. You must.
Okay, so we can actually stop it. It's not inevitable, we just gotta calm him down. Huh? What was that sigh? It didn't sound like Graha.
Be strong, my friends!
Oh, okay. He's gonna pull an Exarch move.
Fear not, for we will defeat these abominations! Brave men and women of the Radiant Host, lend your Stola and Thancred your aid. Let not a single beast escape. The rest of you, flee this place. Carry the wounded if you must. Head indoors or underground. Above all, stay calm. No beast will follow you. We will see to that.
Alphino! Alice! Leave the city to us, and make for Palaka's stand at once! Matsya, show my friends to the village! I promise you, they're more capable than the host's finest!
Right!
Go with them, will you? We will save these people. As many as we can.
That was really cool. Because he's had like 100 years of leadership experience. He just put that on display right there. We meet again. You do remember me, yes? You saved my skin twice in Yeldamad, and now I find myself turning to you for help once more. But let us tarry there no longer. Damn it all. Staying calm is exactly my forte. Yes, we know, Alizé. We must save Palka's stand, wherever it takes. Matsia, it pains me to put you in harm's way, but I would ask you to aid us here as well. Of course. Palak's stand is not far, just down that hill. But as I told His Excellency before, the pass was blocked by terrible creatures. I had no choice but to turn back. In that case, this is what we shall do. Brilliant. I ask that you take the lead and dispatch any beasts you encounter. Sounds good to me. Alizé and I will keep Matsia hidden amongst the trees, and follow when the path is clear. There's no telling what dangers await us. Keep your eyes peeled. Okay. See, so are we at the south? Yeah, we're on this side now. Because previously we took a teleport from this side straight to Radz-at-Han. See, is there any near here? South, okay. I doubt we're gonna get an Aether Current today. Let's go ahead and kill these monsters and get over to... where are we going? That place that we're going, you know. The place. There we go. Let's kill this purple speck. There we go. Well, let's head on over there. What's this place called again? Palaka's Stand. That's right. Well, this place looks fine. I don't know why you guys are panicking. Oh, what's happened to them? Good work, Brilliant, though I worry for Matsia. Alizé looks a lot more afraid. Usually she's really confident. It cannot be. We must heal those we can, and quickly. I see no beasts, but stay on your guard. Oh, let's help who we can. Although I suspect some of these people are beyond help. Guess we'll just put them in our inventory. The villager has no pulse, nor do they appear to be breathing. Well, I mean, that's kind of what I could have told you that. The cooling body has already begun to stiffen. The massive wound suggests the village was gored by a terrible beast. Gotta keep it T for teen. Though the villager's injuries do not appear to be life-threatening, he does not respond to your efforts. His breathing grows more ragged and shallow, and his vacant eyes are those of a man who has lost the will to live. Even if I wake, the nightmare goes on. No, leave me to sleep. ... You call out, but the man does not respond. Sir, I'd really prefer we don't have to deal with another beast. His wounds are deep, but he may yet be saved. Go and help the others. There, you'll be fine. The pain will soon pass. You know, where's this last person? In here? Where are they? Oh, there they are. Frightened all raw. Have you come to help us? Too late, my family, my friends. Nope, you're alive. This person doing some sus G posing during the apocalypse. Are these the only villagers who survived? I can only hope others managed to flee, but if the rest have been turned to beasts by the 12, let us do what we can. The thunder and lightning happened as soon as he said I read by the 12. That was perfect timing. Let us do what we can to see the damage spread no further, and no matter what comes, we must keep our spirits high, lest we ourselves suffer a similar fate.